All right, I am Reverend T. I am the unrefined priest, and unfortunately, we have another priest that has allegations against him. I do need to say that these are just allegations, but allegations of sexual misconduct with a minor or minors. This is in the Episcopal Church. I am also an Episcopal priest. This is absolutely disgusting to me. And I think, to be honest with you, part of the blame for this continuing to happen has to be laid at the feet of the church. The church has just looked the other way for far too long. The church has just shuffled these people around so that there wasn't a black mark on the church as a way of just trying to not be in the headlines. Look, if the church wants the respect of the community and the church wants to stand on principles and be what we were actually called to be, then you need to stand against this as vigorously as possible. Look, the church needs to take a stand and say, we're not tolerating this. If you are screwing around with minors or children, you are done. You are done. You are out of here, and we will bring the hammer down on you as hard as possible. Look, I think the church needs to come down on shady clergy in a lot of areas. I think, clergy sleeping with other people's wives, yeah, the church needs to come down on that. I think clergy stealing money from churches, which is far too common, the church as a whole needs to come down on that. But certainly you would think that we could all agree that the church needs to come down on clergy screwing around with minors. You would think that that would be the one area where everybody could be in agreement that the church needs to come down on that. And for whatever reason, we don't. For whatever reason, we make excuses for it. We shuffle them off. We try to bury it. I say don't bury this. Don't bury this story. Publicize it, run with it, and let people know we are not going to tolerate this. If you do this, you are going to suffer severe consequences, and the reason you're going to is because we value our children. We value minors in the church. We value people's wives in the church. We value the money that they give to the church, and we are no longer going to tolerate it. I think that is the appropriate response from the Episcopal Church or from the Roman Catholic Church or the Baptist Church or whatever church is going through this, is to put it out there and to say, look, this has happened and this is how we dealt with it. I think the community would rally around you. I think people would realize that you can't sort this out of any area of life, but if you are going to handle it correctly, then we honor that. The church needs to be out in front of this, not trying to hide things, not trying to cover things up, not, shifting clergy around, but out in front of it saying, this is what happened, or this is the allegations that are out there, and if these are true, here is how we are going to address it. That is the only way to deal with this. That's the godly way to deal with it, in my estimation. These are minors. These are our children. And it's just disgusting to me what we're doing. So let me play a video. This is from PBD's podcast. This is Vinny from PBD's podcast, and he's going to be addressing this issue. Really fascinating video that they actually have on this guy. So let me get this rolling.
Insane. Put the Jeffrey Epstein aside. That's okay, the blackmail operation. Just another reverend I saw was spotted. He's a Reverend Reverend Roger Hankey Rob. I sent you this clip.
I have it.
And by the way, guys, this is all allegedly
San Diego pastor, yeah.
San Diego pastor at St. John's Episcopal Church.
Did you see the video of the guy pulled up to the
That's
door
what I'm
and he
gonna-
says, you want to talk in front of your...
And he says, no, in front of your lover?
Yeah.
And like, this is happening way more than often. It's just not getting freaking reported. All right, these people are everywhere. Guys, and I urge everybody, be freaking careful. This guy's a reverend at a church, and he was caught, Rob, right there. Can you play that one? I want you guys to see this. This is, and Rob, what's the name of the company that goes out, what's the name?
Down in the corner, People versus
Preds. This is him.
Press the video.
Yeah, go ahead.
How's it going, Roger? Good. You want to talk to me privately, or do you want your boyfriend to find out, or your husband?
What?
What?
I mean, do you want to talk to me privately outside?
Nice Porsche. This happens so many.
I mean, like I said, I don't want him to hear. Otherwise, we can tell him if you want. It's a picture of you.
He's showing him photos of him.
You want to go walk and talk? We just want to keep it private.
What do you want to do?
I mean, I want to talk to you about the conversations you were having with the people that were talking to you on Grindr.
Okay, so Rob, you can pause it. So he's allegedly he's confronting him because he was on Grindr and trying to holler at somebody he thought was 14 and 15. These demons, I know Jake is listening. These demons they're out there, guys, and it's more.
Look, I get it, man. I get it. That's the video. Man, somebody stole my Porsche because I don't know how these clergy. I don't know how these clergy get these Porsches. I don't know how they get like these fancy cars that they have. There's something wrong here. I honestly think clergy and the church is just broken. There's all kinds of light bulbs that are going off, and the truth is that back in the day, there used to be higher standards for clergy. There used to be requirements that you couldn't be divorced, that you couldn't be a homosexual, that you couldn't be interested in acquiring all of the fancy things in the world, that you couldn't be interested in screwing around with minors. And over the years, we have just taken these off the box. We've just said, well, that doesn't really matter. That doesn't really matter. And that doesn't really matter. Until you get to the point that there's no requirements anymore. We just basically give these suckers out to whoever wants one. You want a collar? Here's a collar. Here's one. It doesn't really matter. But back in the day, it meant something. It meant that you represent God to the world. It meant that you stand in the place of the church, that you were somebody that people trusted, that you were called to a higher calling, that you were supposed to be somebody that people could come to and lay their burdens down, and that you would give them Jesus Christ. And instead, what we've turned into is a group of people who can't be trusted with anything. You can't trust them with their money. You can't trust them around your wives. You can't trust them around your kids, because now clergy, there's no standards anymore. Anybody can be a priest. It's just walk in, here's a collar, we'll give you a collar, because there's no standards anymore. And so now these stories of hearing about clergy screwing around with people's money, screwing around with people's wives, screwing around with people's kids are commonplace. And it's absolutely disgusting. And this is something, again, that I think the church needs to be intentional about and needs to root these things out of the church as quickly as possible. And the best way to do that is not to hide from it. It's not to run from it, but to get out in front of it, to put it out there yourself, to say, look, this is what is taking place. Title IV charges have been brought against this individual. This is what this person has been accused of. Again, these are allegations. I realize that. But if the allegations turn out to be true, and there's a hell of a smoking gun here, if the allegations turn out to be true, the church needs to come down on this individual hard. No, we're not going to move you around. No, you can't still be Reverend so-and-so. No, you're not going to retain your pension. No, you will no longer be regarded as a priest. And yes, we will make all of this public because you shamed the church. Because you put a black mark on the church. Because you went out and said, I don't care about standing in the place of holiness, righteousness. Instead, what I want to do is screw around with these kids. I just don't get it. But what I do get is there needs to be accountability, and there needs to be the church standing in the place of what is right. And no more of this garbage of, yeah, we talk to them, but we don't, no, really investigate this thing. Really delve into this thing, because these are our kids. And these are the kids of people who have trusted their kids to us. That's all I got for you. My name is Reverend T. I am the Unrefined Priest. If you like what I'm doing, hit that like button. And if you want to be part of the channel, hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of the channel as well. And I will catch you on the next one. Hopefully it's a little more upbeat.